we're back. Thanks for tuning in. I have the distinct pleasure of introducing the CEO of Women Elevating Women, the beautiful Betty Hines. Betty, how
Hi
are
there.
you?
Hi,
It's
good to
so
see
great
you.
to see you. Last time we saw each other, it was at Women Elevating Women's International Conference in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. So it's so great to have you here again with us today. How are you?
I'm doing great, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk about woo.
At Woo all day, every day. I'm here for it. Talk to us. Tell our audience more about Woo, Women Elevating Women. How did you get started? How did you start this business?
Sure, I started the business beta testing it in 2018, and that was the result of a State of Women business report that came out showing that all women do about 3% of women have revenues over $1 million. And then when you broke it out by ethnicity, we were a fraction of that. By we, I mean the BIPOC, women of color, the underestimated community. So I saw a need and I decided to jump in there, and 2020 launched Woo Crew.
Awesome. Now you call it the underestimated community. Talk to us about that. The reason why this is so fascinating to us at Cox is this: we have this movement called 34 by 34, and our
Yes.
movement is about empowering 34 million people to live more prosperous lives by the year 2030.
Mhm.
Women Elevating Women clearly is on the same path that we are. Talk to us about how you're doing the same with the underestimated, as you call them.
Yes, because we are underestimated, because they talk about being empowered, and the women that I engage with are empowered. They've always been empowered. They just need to know how to use the tool, the correct tool, to help them scale their businesses or to scale their careers. So that's what we do in Women Elevating Women, and we give them that freedom to use their power so that they're in an environment of comfort and asking those questions. And that's how we help them scale their businesses.
That is terrific. So talk to us about, power. I love when you talk about power and women stepping into their power. How was that experience or journey like for you?
For me, it was lessons learned.
Mhm.
I did not understand about being an entrepreneur because I came out of corporate America. And after corporate America, I did go and become an entrepreneur, did the Wall Street asking for money, but did not have the training and the insights on how to go about it. But we did it successfully. And then after our company decided I wanted to help other women not make some of the missteps that I made. And primarily for that reason, I want women, which is one of my 5 pillars, is to learn how to collaborate, how to collaborate with each other and share information and resources. Because you hear me say all the time, there's enough out there for all of us. And that's how
There
I
is
empower.
enough. There is enough out there for all of us. I love it. I love your empowering message. And so, on the tip of there's enough out there for all of us, one of the things we're focused on at Cox as part of 34 by 34 is social equity.
Mhm.
And one of the stats that we found on your website is that minority women business owners, especially Black women, are experiencing a 90% wealth gap. That's 90% wealth gap.
Mhm.
Can you talk to us about how Women Elevating Women is helping to address this gap?
Absolutely. That's a favorite topic of mine because there are individuals, there are barriers for these women. And what we try to do is to make them or have them see what the barriers are. And we do that through helping them understand what does access to capital mean. Don't just use the terminology, but do you need the capital? Do you need the venture capital money? Do you need the angel investor? So we help them understand that terminology. And in understanding that, we put them in an environment where they belong and they are comfortable in asking those uncomfortable questions. So it's not just the access to capital. We've learned that it's also access to resources, opportunities, and those strategic introductions. And that's what we provide to our women and women elevating women.
Awesome. Now, one of my favorite topics that I know you and I talk about a lot is access to social capital, right?
Mhm.
And when you say resources, you mentioned, being understanding how to ask the right questions. Talk to us about understanding how to access the right people that can help you grow your business. What has been your secret to success there?
My secret to success, there's no secret sauce. It's just being my authentic self. And you have to really assess the individual as well as the company that they're affiliated with to see, are they going to be in alignment with their own values? So for the women in our group, we first make sure that they're comfortable and belong, that they can ask those questions. But we show them by myself doing those strategic introductions, be it through a phone call or be it through an email. Those are the type of practices that all of us need to do because people just don't know. We make the assumption that they can make those connections, but they can't.
Awesome. That's right. We make the assumptions. I am so glad to be connected to you, Miss Betty Hines.
Thank you.
You are a woman elevating women like no other that I know in the business world and in the entrepreneurial space. So, with that, talk to us about your wish list for 34 by 34. What words of wisdom do you want to leave us at Cox as we try to empower 34 million people to live more prosperous lives by 2034?
My words are to fulfill your own dream, and it's okay to lift others as you climb.
Mm.
That's one of the things that I preach to the woman. If you know somebody, because somebody always knows somebody that you want to know, make that introduction. But be collaborative, do it in the heart of spirit, learn how to cultivate others, reach back, but continue to lift your women as they climb.
I love it. Lifting as we climb. And so, with that, Betty, for those who want to figure out how to lift with you, how can our viewers find you and get involved?
I would love for them to get involved. They simply need to go to woocrew.com. That's WEWCREW.com. And we will immediately schedule you for a consultation to make sure this is what you want to do and where you want to be. But join us.
Join us. You heard it here. You heard it here first. You heard it live. Um, Betty, thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you for all you do to elevate women globally. And we look forward to seeing more great things from you as we make the road towards 2034. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you very, very much. And I hope to have many other women in Woo right there on that track.
Awesome, 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 awesome. Well, folks, you heard it here, Miss Betty Hines. Let's lift as we climb. And on that powerful note, I can't wait to see what's next for 34 by 34. I know what's next, but you might not. I'm not going to give that away, though. Stay tuned. Thanks for joining us today. Have a blessed day. Bye bye.